Hello and welcome to another video for AWS Learning. Here I'm focusing on Amazon API Gateway. We are looking to do a very simple practice on using API Gateway and testing that. If you go to this white paper, I already put the address for you to look at all the best practices. But if you look at the first maybe practice that they suggest, you can see something about invoking a Lambda function through API Gateway. So this is the one that I'm looking to do. It's through a REST API, REST private API. Actually, here I'm looking to get a page, get information from that Lambda function through API and through the browser. So let's see how it works. So this is Amazon API Gateway, and I'm looking to develop my REST API. So let's build a new one. So I'm looking for a new API. This is my API Gateway, and then for the endpoint, so I'm going to use the original one. Original APIs are deployed in the current AWS region. And then I'm not looking for the edge optimized and also not the private one here. Private ones are only accessible from the VPCs. So let's go with the original one. And then let's go and let's create a method. For the method, I'm going to say let's get some information from a Lambda function. Can be any other AWS service as well, but let's use Lambda as a proxy to our data. Lambda function US is 1. Let's now create a Lambda function first. So let's go to the Lambda function. This is the Lambda dashboard. Let's go to create a new function. So everything is from scratch. So this is my API Gateway function. And then I'm using a very small Python code, and then because I'm doing that in AWS Academy, I need to attach a role to actually give permission, executable permission to our Lambda to run some codes. So let's create this Lambda function. And then for the Lambda code, I have actually here something. This is the code that I'm using. So this code is simply looking at any get events, and then actually triggering any event, and then it's the response is text, and then that text is this message from Lambda function, which is the body of the message, and the status code is 200. So let's move it here. Let's paste the code, and then we should always deploy the code, otherwise that code will not be affected. So the code is here, and let's go there. Let's go to copy the ARN of the function, and then here I should paste that ARN, and the rest of that should be by default. Let's create this method. So this method is now created, and if you like to do the test here, you can do the test. You can see how it works. So the response is actually the response body is this message, so the test is okay. The status code is 200. But if you like to we can deploy it first. Let's deploy it on a new stage, and then stage name can be like test stage, and deploy. And then when you deploy the this API gateway, then you see invoke URL, right? So if I copy that URL somewhere on my browser, then here is the message, right? So as long as I put the URL here, then it gets information from that Lambda function. So through API gateway, I could invoke a Lambda function. If you go to Lambda function, if you refresh the page, then you'll see that the trigger now became API gateway, right? So, and then the code is here. So API gateway triggers an event, and that event is now run this code, and this code send a message in the body to the browser. So this is the way that application API gateway can invoke a Lambda function. In Lambda function, you can go ahead and you can add maybe more stages here, but so this is for the test right now. Hopefully in another video, I'm looking at using API gateway, maybe with other services. Thank you.